the Vehemence podcast. It's your host, Deasia,
Eden.
and today we have a special guest, Noah, on, and we're going to talk to him about what he's currently doing and where he goes in basketball. So, my first question is, where are you currently going to school, and what position do you play?
I currently attend the University of Georgia, and I play combo guard.
Okay. What do you feel like is your best attribute to your game?
The ability to score, just get downhill, create for myself and my teammates.
Okay. So you're a combo guard, being you can run the point guard spot too.
Yep.
What's your favorite? What position do you rather play?
I grew up like in point guard more, just having a lot of control, and then I kind of had like a growth spurt, and I was able to start scoring a little bit better. So it's probably a toss up between the two, probably 50-50. It just depends on what team I'm on. So
Okay. So my next question is, when is the first time that you remember actually picking up a basketball?
the first time I picked up a basketball, I had to be around the age of 5, maybe. It was like when you play on like those real small goals, like the YMCA or whatever, like the local,
Hmm.
club that you guys have. Um, remember when I was like running around with the ball the whole time, not dribbling. So my mom was like, "We got to put you in some lessons if we're gonna do this." So probably the age of 5.
Okay. My next question is, when in your brain did it click for you that you could be really good at basketball and you could play at a high level?
Probably when I got to high school. Just I started realizing that I was one of the top kids in the city. So it's that's when I started realizing like I have a chance to go to college and get an education while playing basketball.
Okay. So where are you from? Like, where did you go to high school at?
I'm from Houston, Texas. I went to Richmond, Georgia as high school in the Houston area, the Richmond area. And yeah, I played basketball there for 4 years.
Okay. So after that, how did you end up at Georgia? Did you go straight to Georgia? Did you go the JUCO route? Like, what was that process like?
Um, so that's actually funny. So I started out at Houston Baptist University, which is now Houston Christian University, where I played my freshman year at. It's a Division I school in Houston in the Southland Conference. I had a lot of ups and downs there, and it kind of didn't go the way I wanted it to go. And I ended up deciding to transfer to a junior college in Kansas, and called Butler Community College, where I played out my sophomore year there during COVID. And then after that season, I ended up taking my talents to Western New York, going to Niagara University, where I played 2 seasons there. And last season, before this season, I averaged 19 points per game, and ended up transferring to Georgia.
And so you say you're from Houston and then you went to New York. How was it like adjusting to New York? Because that's very different from the South all the way to the East Coast.
Well, like I said, I went to school in Kansas, so that kind of helped me get ready for New York, just with the cold weather and being used to living, away from home. So, New York is different. It's not like New York City where I was at. It's actually more like Kansas than it is any other place. It's just really really cold. The
Okay.
people there are cold people. They turn their shoulder before they help people. Just the average New York people. It's not really, you don't get that vibe of like they really like you. They everything's like kind of fast paced. So
And as far as like of all the schools and the processes that you went through, what would you say was your best experience? What school has been your favorite?
I think there were different experiences for different things. Now, when we talk basketball, I think here is obviously the best of the best. Being in SEC, we go to different hostile environments like Kentucky, Auburn, Arkansas, South Carolina, just to name a few, Florida. Um, so yeah, the basketball part would probably be Georgia, but just when it came to like growing as a young man, probably Niagara, just because of I went through so many ups and downs there, not having success when I first got there, and having to learn how to really become a basketball player, how to train the proper way, and just have that mentality and have the right approach towards the game. And then I ended up having a lot of success my second year there. So I think, with that, and I got my degree. So I think that's always Niagara always have a special place in my home, in my heart, just because of, I was able to get my degree there. And, that's something a lot of people that look like me don't have. So,
Going into depth about where you played and stuff. You played, to my knowledge, you played in the Kansas Jayhawk Conference, right? At Lowe's.
Yes. Yeah.
How did that? How's that different? Like from going to the D1, obviously that's one of the best JUCO conferences, arguably the best. How different was it?
I mean, it was like, HBU is one of the worst leagues in the country, being in the Southland. The Jayhawk was real physical. I mean, it was a lot of high major basketball players in that league. Guys that are at Kansas State now, Auburn, guys that have played here at Georgia. So, just to name a few. It was a fight every night, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just like we had to play really, really hard. Every game was going to be tough. It didn't matter who we were playing, whether it being Pratt Community College or if it was Coffeyville Community College or Hutch. So, um, it going there taught me how to appreciate, what a lot of these guys have at the Division 1 level, because it's a lot of really bad living. You just don't kind of know what's going on in junior college. So, I was thankful for that experience.
Okay, and playing in the SEC and then playing in Niagara, what would you say the biggest difference is?
The crowd, obviously. In the MAC, you probably play in a league. I mean, play in an arena where it's going to be 3,000 people at the most, 4,000. SEC, Kentucky's got 25,000 seats at their arena. It's going to be sold out every game. Even here at Georgia, we have 11,000. So just playing, in front of a large amount of audience, and when we get on the plane, you're gonna see a game on ESPN. So I think that's different. Just knowing that, like, after the game, you're gonna see it on your TV screens for the next couple of days. So, just the social media platform from it too is just different.
What's different about the style play as far as the players, athleticism, skill wise? What's different?
Everybody's faster, more skilled, really, 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 really good. So it's like where you can't take any plays off at this level. Everybody's really, really good. Everybody's really, really athletic. The size, everybody's a lot taller. So that was one of the main things that I noticed when I went to the SEC.
How are you doing at Georgia right now, currently?
The team, from a team's perspective or from my
The
perspective?
team and individual.
We're doing good. We're sitting at 4-3 right now, which is in the upper half of the SEC. We're making strides to go to the NCAA tournament and doing something Georgia hasn't done in a long time. Um, right now I'm playing okay, playing well, averaging 12 points per game, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. So it could be better, but it could be a lot worse as well. So.
Question. Didi pinpointed the strong part of your game. You said scoring. What's a part that you feel like you need to work on as far as being the weakest part of your game?
Probably offhand development, just getting my right hand stronger, and just making it more like my left hand, to where I can make certain passes with it and make certain finishes with my right hand. So that probably be it.
You're left-handed. Nice.
Yeah.
What did you get your degree in?
I got my degree in communications with a focus in broadcasting. Um, I want to be a sports analyst one day, so I felt like going the communications route would be something that I can use in the near future after I'm done playing ball.
Okay, cool. So, you already got your bachelor's degree, so you're not getting your master's. Are you getting your master's in communications as well?
No, I'm getting my master's degree in nonprofit management and leadership. It's a 2-year program here, but fortunately Georgia gives us like a 10-year window to finish our degree, so I have time to go back and get it done.
Now, after you graduate, being that this is your senior year, correct?
Mm-hmm.
What are your plans after graduation?
But to play professional ball and keep going until I can't play anymore. I'm 22 now. If the ball stops bouncing at 25, then that's what it is. Or if it stops bouncing at 35, then I'm that's what I plan to do.
Okay. What are some things that you like to enjoy outside of basketball?
Um, I like reading. I do a lot of reading in my spare time. I'm actually reading the autobiography of Malcolm X right now. Um, yeah, like reading, watching TV on my free time, stuff like that. Just chilling for the most part.
Okay. Do you have like a amount of books that you want to read by the end of the year or something?
Oh, I just want to get through this one right now first, and then I can focus on the next one. But I want to try to get through this one, and then we'll figure out next what I want to get into.
Okay.
How do you balance out basketball and outside life? Because you do have to have a balance between the two. So what do you do? How do you do that?
I just let it be known that it's a game. Don't try to stress myself out about it too much. I go to the gym, get my workouts in, but I also take time away to just focus on myself and have like a self care day, or just take some time out to just get away from basketball and just get off the social media and just kind of stay to myself.
Have you faced any adversity at Georgia or any of your schools, honestly?
Oh, I mean, all the time. In my freshman year, I didn't play a lot at all. I mean, I don't think I played the first 8 games of the season. Um, you know, playing, going from high school being all state, all region, all these different accolades to not even playing as a freshman is always hard. Then going to junior college is adversity because it's COVID. You don't know what's going on. Like, you don't know what can happen, stuff like that. Then my junior year, like, I got there and thought everything was going to be good. And I'm not playing as well as I wanted to play. And then, it was a lot of ups and downs, just inconsistency the entire time. My senior year went really well, but even then it was adversity at times, just learning how to handle different situations, how to be a captain. And even here, like, every single day, one game I can have 15 points and the next game I can have 7 points. And then you look on social media and the fans are saying the craziest things that you could think of. So, um, I think that's something that's adversity here, is that you're on such a big stage that everybody's gonna see what you do, and you just have to learn how to kind of just not pay attention to it and just get back to doing what you do.
What's a self-care day look like for you?
Um, just a lot of relaxing. Just like I said, don't get on social media. Don't look at what people are saying, and a lot of people say, "Oh, that's easy," but it's not human nature. You want to see what people are saying about you, especially if you do good, and as well if you're doing bad. So, um, I think the biggest thing for me is just trying to stay off my phone as much as possible, whether that me be playing a game or read my book, just little things like that.
Obviously, you talked about playing at Georgia and the social media. How do you handle that? Because obviously, like you said, you play in Kentucky, you gonna get people talking about you. Hey, what's your number? Your jersey number?
3,
3.
yeah.
Okay. So like three's not that good. How do you handle like people talking stuff on social media?
You just got to remember who you are. I mean, I've scored almost 1,300 points in my career. I can't really worry about what some person has said that has never touched a basketball. So things like that. It's hard, but it's easy at the same time.
Okay. So try to ignore it as much as possible.
Yeah, ignore it as much as possible because they're gonna say it regardless. Even if you
Right.
have 30 points in the game, they still gonna say you're not good. So um, it's a lot of that every game, every day.
Okay. You talked about the atmosphere as well. I know like playing in front of a lot of people, like what's going through your head? Like what's what you thinking?
Oh, I mean, it just depends on like who certain people are. Like me when we played at not even Rupp Arena, like it could be like South Carolina. They just beat Tennessee today. I mean, like you got to worry about this player and the fans are screaming this, and your coach trying to call a play. You can't hear the play because it's so loud in there. Everything is you got to really lock into what the task at hand is. So I think that's one of the biggest things.
South Carolina beat who? Tennessee?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were just playing right now. I don't know if they won, but they just beat Tennessee at Tennessee. If I don't want to be wrong, but I
No,
think so.
they beat them by 4. Sheesh.
Yeah, so we got them on Saturday, so we gotta beat them.
And didn't they just beat Kentucky, South Carolina?
Yeah, and we were the last team to beat them.
How does
That's
y'all
it.
scout work? Like what do y'all how do y'all scout and stuff? You ain't gotta tell me the scout, just tell me how y'all scout.
Well, we played them before they beat all these teams, so
Mm-hmm.
obviously it was just like we gotta play defense, be physical, be real tough with them, and try to make it an ugly game, especially because we're on the road and we're not gonna get that many calls. So we just went in there and we fought, and we played hard for 40 minutes, and we came out with the win.
Nice, nice. Walk us through a day. Your day. Typical day. Not
Um,
even game days, practice days, regular days.
well, I don't have class that much. I only have class on Thursdays, so let's say if it's a Tuesday, we're not gonna practice till 3:15, so I'll get up like around 10, probably earlier than that, probably like 9, and go to the gym and put some shots up, and then come back home, just relax, just chill, maybe look at some schoolwork a little bit, maybe some group work that we have in one of my classes, and then head back to the gym and practice, and then come back home and just relax all day. Just don't do nothing for real.
Y'all don't have 2 days, 3 days, none of that.
We're in conference play right now. We ain't trying to do all that.
It's pretty light. So what about preseason? What did y'all preseason look like?
Preseason was tough. Summertime was crazy. I mean, a lot of 6 a.m. workouts, six a.m. conditioning, weights. We had this thing called strongman challenges. So on Fridays we do different things, like we jog over to the lake, and then we have to like canoe and stuff like that, do different team bonding activities and stuff. It can be real tough at times.
How far is the lake?
Um, Probably about like a 10-minute run, nothing crazy.
Oh, that's not bad. Okay. And y'all had to canoe too?
hmm So a lot of like some of my teammates, they flipped over. Their boat flipped over in the water, so they fell out in the water and stuff.
I want to ask you about your teammates. Who has been the teammate that has just been a really good teammate for you? Not your best scorer, not none of that. Like just somebody you can count on that's very supportive.
I think we have multiple guys. One of our teammates, we call him Sonny. His name's RJ Sunahara. He D2 division player, D2 national player of the year, every accolade you can think of, and he's kind of like our glue guy here. He's not You're not going to see him score 25 points here, but he might take 4 charges and stuff like that, and he might get a key offensive rebound that can help us win a game. I think he's always being encouraging. He's never really down. He's always just positive every single day. Guys like that, you need him on your team because say we have a tough loss and stuff like that, he's going to keep the mood the right way and stuff like that. So I think Sonny for sure.
And what kind of teammate do you feel you are?
I think that's a great question. Actually, I really like that question. Um, I think at this stage in my career, I think I've been a really good teammate just to helping these guys out with whatever help they need. We got freshmen that are playing big time minutes, so you just try to be that big bro to them and try to give them the advice that they need, to help them with their basketball journey. I think that's what college basketball is about. When you come in as a freshman, you hope and pray you have a senior that can, kind of take you under his wing, and then when you're a senior, you can do the same thing with the next freshman. So I think I've done that, while I've been here, even though I've only been here for a year.
Okay. My next question is, who's the best shooter that you've ever played with? Not just at Georgia, just at any school out of all the schools you went to, who's been the best shooter you ever played with?
I mean, he plays here, so I can't even question that. His name is Jabri Abdurrahim. Um, Really big time shooter, 6'8". One of the hardest workers I've ever met. He's always in the gym. He's always putting up shots. It's every day for him, man. I've seen him hit 7 threes in the game, and he can really shoot the ball. He's one of the best shooters in the country, if not the best. So,
My next question is, who's the best defender that has guarded against you that you had trouble just getting around? Like they just gave you a tough game defensively.
um, if it wasn't my teammates, because we have really good defenders here, probably Devo Davis. Devontae Davis plays at Arkansas. He's really long arms and he's left-handed like me, so he kind of knew where I wanted to go at all times, and that was a tough game for
So
me.
you being a kind of a point guard, who's the best like post player teammate that was kind of like your Shaq to your Kobe that was just a really good post player? You kind of knew where they was gonna be at. They knew where you were gonna be at.
Well, I think that's like so funny about my journey is like I've never really played with like a really good post player until I got here. Just at the levels that you're at, Niagara, our center was 6'7". Our center here is 7'1". He's athletic. Um, Probably him. He just really really big. He kind of takes up a lot of space, and we get him the ball into the basket. It's 2 points. 8 out of 10 times. So
How's
yeah.
your women's teams? Are they decent or good this year?
They were good last year. They're struggling this year. I think they can figure it out. Though. I hope they do. But they're struggling right now.
Who's the coach? Johnny, right? Miss
No,
Johnny.
no, I think she's at Texas A&M now, if I'm not mistaken. I think we call it Coach A. She's came from UCF. She's a coach now. I like what she's doing over there.
Is that the blonde haired
Yeah.
lady? So, okay. What would be the difference between your coach at Niagara and your coach at Georgia? Obviously, it's high major, low major. But what would you say the biggest difference is between the coaching?
Mid major, by the way. But
My fault.
no, it's all good. I don't think it's a really big difference. I think that at Georgia we have more assistants, so we're able to kind of focus on different things as opposed to Niagara. We only have 3 assistants here. We have 5, so um, I think that's it. I think they run a lot of similar stuff. Both really, really good coaches, really, really smart coaches. Um, yeah, I think that's it. He just has more resources here as opposed to at Niagara.
Who's your coach at Georgia?
Coach Mike White.
What does his resume look like?
He's been to Elite Eight. Was before he came to Georgia, was a coach at Florida. It's kind of won everywhere he's been. He was a coach at Louisiana Tech before that. He's just kind of got it done everywhere. So he's coached some really really good pros, guys like Trey Mann, just to name one. He's always had really good talent. Even here, that he's doing big things here at Georgia. I expect him to put this program back on the map.
Who do you think will be in the Final Four on the men's side?
Oh, this is a tough one, man. I think UConn will be one of the better teams. I'm not gonna say too many teams. We get to the tournament. I think we're gonna be in the Final Four, but
Hello.
so you gotta go UConn. Then you say us because I'm always gonna count on us. I'm always gonna bet on us before um, let's see. It's nobody really in the. I think North Carolina's really really good this year. Um,
RJ
I think
Davis.
I think they're going neck and neck with Georgia Tech right now, if I'm not mistaken. Um, the last time I seen that game was tied. And then I'll just throw in another SEC team, probably Tennessee. They're really really good. Or Houston, one of those teams.
So you played against Kentucky, which they're like on the younger side of the SEC. They got a lot of freshmen. Then you played on a Tennessee team that's loaded with juniors and seniors, a couple sophomores, juniors, and seniors. What was the difference between playing in the younger side and the older people?
I don't think there's a difference. Them freshmen play like seniors, man. They're really, really good. They got a
Yeah.
chance to make a lot of money with this basketball thing. Then again, we played them at Rupp Arena, and then Tennessee came here into a hostile environment at Stegman Coliseum. So, how would those freshmen respond here against us at our place? I don't know. I think they're well coached by both. Both teams are well coached, and they have really good players on their team.
Oh no, I just said Houston be making me mad.
Houston?
They make me mad because
The men's side or the women's side?
the men's side. Because I feel like some games they play really good, and then some games they look like they sleep. They make me mad.
They're a top 5 team in the country. What you mean?
Like sometimes, like last year, I went to watch them play against Miami, and like they just looked like they wasn't even trying. And then this year they
Miami's
lost.
Miami's good.
Miami's good, but I'm saying like the games, like how they were moving, just looked like they wasn't trying. Like it just made me mad. And then
And so
earlier this year they lost the game too, and they looked like they was asleep. I was just like,
it's a lot into it, man. Traveling can be crazy sometimes. Even here, like we fly on planes, and it can be challenging at times.
yeah, I understand that. But when it's the Elite Eight, I feel like
You're just going to have to turn it on.
yeah, your life is on the line.
Yeah, you're going to have to just turn it on. I ain't going to lie. It's going to get ugly, but you're just going to have to turn it on.
Yeah. Now, after you're done playing basketball, would you, in some sort of way, feel like you want to give back? Would you coach, or like, what would you do? Like, I know you said you wanted to be a sports broadcaster and an analyst, but would you like coach or like give back to the youth in a sports way? What would that look like?
Oh yeah, I would love to coach. I wouldn't want to go into youth sports. I would only want to really do collegiate sports. Um, I think it's just kind of hard for me to go back to the high school level and AAU level, especially AAU. It's just a lot of bad basketball, and I wouldn't be interested in. I feel like that'd be wasting my time a little bit. So I would want to do the collegiate level.
What is your goal to end off your senior season as a team, but a goal that you have for your team and a goal that you have for yourself?
He want to go to the Natty, Didi. He said it. He want to be in the Final Four.
Yeah, that's the goal. Make the NCAA tournament. Georgia hasn't been in 9 years, so it's something that we need to try to get back to doing. Um, from an individual standpoint, I think that my goal is just to keep getting better every single day. There's really no stat goal for me. Just keep doing what I need to do and keep that momentum up to when I start training for professional basketball.
What's
Okay.
advice that you give the younger people coming into college or coming into any program, whether it's high major, low major, JUCO, D2, D1? What's advice you give to people?
There's no it's gonna be ups and downs. It's never gonna go your way every single day. You're gonna go through some sort of adversity, but adversity makes you stronger. You need it to become a really good basketball player. The greats, LeBron, Kobe, Michael Jordan, etc. They've been through adversity, so it's molded them into the player they are today, and it would do the same for you. So just don't dwell too much on the negative or positive. Just kind of keep going, keep grinding, keep working on your game. Thank you for
Yes,
having
thank you
me.
for coming on our podcast and chopping it up with us. We appreciate you for coming on. Those people that are watching, please like, comment, and subscribe. Tune into our next videos that'll be coming.
Yeah.
Okay.
And good luck
Well,
tomorrow.
yeah, good
Appreciate
luck
it.
on your game. Do well.
Appreciate it.
Get the
Appreciate
dub.
it.
And yeah. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.